Oh, how good.
This out here looks cool. But over here, I gotta get up and put these windows up, man.
Well, folks, back with another little video. This time, you guessed it, in the 4Runner, loaded up with gear, on my way to Chance Cove. I am close to La Manche, I think. I'm just past Tourist Cove, kind of close to La Manche. Beachy Cove Road, we're just passing. Beachy Cove Road, Mobile First Band Road. For anybody who knows the area, we are 45 minutes into the trip. I got up early this morning, about 6 o'clock in the morning. That's a lie, I got up 7 o'clock in the morning. Set an alarm for 6, slept in till 7. I had most everything packed up. Took about an hour and 20 minutes to pack all the gear up in the car. I went to McDonald's and got an absolutely abysmal coffee. Good God, I'm so glad I checked that coffee in the parking lot. Yeah, it was a rough coffee. I went back in and fixed it up a little bit, but God, McDonald's, what are you doing? But so I've been on 10 days holidays. Can't go anywhere camping. Reason being, we had a tail end of a hurricane, I guess it was, or a tropical storm. We had crazy 60 millimeters of rain, 120 unverified 156 gusts, 156 kilometers an hour gusts, damage all around the community. That was on Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday it cleared up. Friday it was brutal again. Yesterday it was a hurricane yesterday. Not as bad, gusting in the 80s, 83, 90, 92, somewhere around there. Massive gusts yesterday as well. So that was like most of my time off, just watching the wind blow. So there's that. But it's supposed to clear up throughout the day and just get better and better. Back to hell on earth again on Tuesday, so I'm coming back Monday. But I figured I'd get out for a couple of days anyway, and looking forward to it. I got some different meals to try today, and today and tomorrow I've got a beauty breakfast planned. Other than that, just unwind. Just want to get to Chance Cove now and get the clams set up. I got something different I'm going to try with the clam too, so we're going to try a few new surprises. Anyway, I will touch base with you in Chance Cove. Well, we have arrived. There are a lot of trees down on the road. Wow. 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 Sort of kind of see one from here. But yeah, a lot of trees down along the road on the way in. And there was a few down on the campsite. Small trees, small limbs of trees, branches. There's a tree right there I threw in the woods. And another stump over there. Most notably, is that guy. That guy was standing the last time I was here. Don't think I ever hammocked off that one. I usually pick the heavier tree. Yeah, I usually pick that tree there, but still, it's pretty close to where I hammock, isn't it? And now let's get a little setup going. It's cold. It was 6 degrees. It's 3 degrees this morning. 7. Then it went back down to 6. It's about 6 degrees right now. Wind is, like I said, the wind's about 50, 60k right now and should be dying out as the weekend progresses. But we're going to get the Clam and the Forerunner set up for sleeping. The Clam, I got a few little tricks to try. So even this jacket is new. This is well, it's used. It's Navy surplus, but it's a winter Navy jacket. A winter Navy coat that I just recently bought. The boots I might have mentioned before are Royer, Canadian Armed Forces cold weather operation hike boots, something like that, something to that. I'm pretty close. Yeah, they're pretty cool too. Let's get set up. Haha, that was surprise number 1. I took an extra panel that I had, and it's a bit too wide across the top, so I bungeed it. I got it clipped on with a clip from my hang time hook. That's the only clip. I'll get something better set up, but this is pretty good, proof of concept. I just got to let go one hook over here, just pop it off, unzip the door, and I can get out. I can even open up the front there for a little bit of ventilation / peek around, see what's going on out front. I like it. A little bit of propane heat in the coffee now, and we're practically set up, man. It's 20 after 11. About an hour, not even an hour, to get everything the way I want it. And a little bit of propane heat is starting to get around here now, so how good? Yeah, here's my next surprise piece of equipment we're trying. We're trying just kind of level. I just like to have the rear up a little bit for sleeping. Call that a success. Let's see how they hold up over the next 2 days. Yeah, found the tripod and my table. Starting to get my bed together. I'm going to try something different this time. I'm going to try and deal with the little bump that's there and not pile anything up. There's a little rise up that a lot of people deal with in different ways. I did take my foam pads with me, but I decided I'd like to try no foam pads and a little bit of a lift on the back of the vehicle. You know what I'm saying? I want to try it. See if we can see. Just a little lift. You know what I mean? Let's see. See how it goes. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, it is getting cool. It's it's gonna go down in the negatives tonight for sure. So I'm not using my usual UGQ. I'm wearing a shirt. Not using the usual top quilt. This is my extreme cold weather one. My hammock gear burrow top quilt with 4 ounces of overstuffing. Heavy duty. Probably minus 20. I'd say she's good for minus 20 or more. Anything more than that, I can always layer the two of them together. But this is the foot end, obviously. This little bit of overhang does not bother me one bit. Don't even notice it. Got my pillows off the bed. I got the hood just in case. I got the down hood that goes with the top quilt, not a sleeping bag. I've even got my down boots, Rab hut boots, and I got my Thermarest poncho. I brought my fluffy Dul Svidania comrade. I brought that with me. I'm going to throw my hoodie on now, I think, and get set up in here. I'll meet you inside. And here we are, situated. I got the front rigged up as a door. I'm going to get some magnets. Thinking magnets could work to keep the door in place a bit tighter, or some Velcro. I was debating maybe just taking the Velcro and stapling it on, and then going over the staple holes with some silicone seam sealer maybe. Bad idea? Yay or nay? Probably a bad idea. I don't know. It's a shitty McDonald's coffee, but it's coffee. So yeah. With the heat bailing out over there. Oh, thank God the weather cleared up enough. It's actually pretty good here now, knock on plastic. I can't complain. Cleared up enough to get out and do something. 10 days off, just watching the clock tick, man. Watching the storm. It snowed. It snowed and it blowed. And it wasn't Melissa. We had Hurricane Melissa rocked Jamaica recently. It was a super bad hurricane. This wasn't that. We did get the tail end of Hurricane Melissa. That wasn't too much. It seemed like after that came a huge tropical depression. Like I said, it was forecasting, I think, 104 kilometer an hour winds. I heard through the grapevine that some places hit 156. That's a lot of wind for Newfoundland, man. That's a lot of wind for a tent. I wouldn't want to be camping in that shit. I didn't even want to go truck camping in that. I could have went in the 4Runner and just rolled up the windows and listened to the wind outside. But no, speaking of all that, we had that storm was Tuesday into Wednesday. Wednesday evening it cleared off. Thursday was nice. I did some shit Thursday. And Friday, 83, 90, up around 90 kilometer an hour gusts again, blew down part of my fence. Man, last night was crazy. Listened to the wind howl all last night while I was in bed, thinking, man, am I going to get out? I had everything packed up just in case. And up this morning, it was still gusty. A lot of leaves and branches around, as you saw on the road coming in here. I put in some of that footage. Some trees down across the road, big trees, man. One right here on this site, the big one over there that fell down a few years ago. But same thing, blew down in a windstorm, man. Get some heavy rocking winds up here. Probably why they abandoned the community and didn't come back. Yeah, it's worth it though. Not another soul here. Not another person. I went down and looked around the parking lot down there. There's no trailers, no cars, no nothing. Just us here for the weekend. It's the beauty of November camping. Oh, that's piping hot though. It actually came around pretty good. cream and sugar that I added to it saved it. But yeah, boy. Oh, this might be the last one of the year. But gotta get winter tires. That's another mission that I need to accomplish. I'm gonna get some snow tires with studs. Some good ass snow tires. Why not? I got probably the best vehicle I've ever had in my life for 4-wheel drive and snow capability. Why not go all out now and put the best tires I've ever bought in my life? Put a good set of tires on it and stud them, do the whole 9 yards. Last year we had 0 snow. 0. Dude, we had maybe one 15-centimeter storm. That was it, maybe one. It was the craziest, mildest winter that I've ever seen ever in Newfoundland that I can ever remember. None, man. It was crazy. And it's a lot of the blame for all the forest fires that happen here. Newfoundland relies on that snow melt for the bogs and the deep woods to stay moist, and you know, even now after those 2 big hurricanes, 3 really, the tail end of Melissa was no joke, and then we had 2 virtually hurricanes with tons of rain, tonnage of rain, and man, those ponds are still super low. You can still see so much ground in Babel's big pond back there. So we need it. Hopefully we get a hard winter this winter, and I am prepping for it. I got a off-roading bag that I put in the vehicle if I'm doing anything too sketchy. I just got one duffel bag, throw it in the back of the car, and it has everything I need in it. Recovery boards, tow straps, D-hooks, flares, survival kits, air compressor, you name it. So much more stuff that I can't even think of in there. But yeah, so I've got that bag that I kind of throw in just in case things go sideways. I'm not the most experienced 4-wheel drive guy in the world, so you know, play it safe. Number 1 rule is never go by yourself. I usually try and tag with somebody else if I can, or at least take somebody else with me in the vehicle, preferably another vehicle. That's great. But you know, let someone know where you're going, wiki-lock the trip, and just a few little no-nonsense safety things that I can do, you know. Yeah. Anyway. Snow tires. What was I talking about? Yeah. Sounds like it's raining, but it's not. It sounds like it's misty, but I think it's just little brambles from the trees, and maybe the material rubbing against the material, something like that. Everything sounds like I'm in a plastic bag, crinkling. So we got a little USB fan, and hard to see, but there's a USB power bank up there. I just stuffed the USB power bank into the neoprene cover, tight, wrapped the wire or the thing around there, and stuffed it together so it holds. A little bit of air blowing down, kind of keep the heat circulating. I'm wanting to try it, so why not? Trying all kinds of stuff. This puffs open every now and then. It's kind of puffs itself open over here every now and then, so I was thinking magnets might not be a bad idea. I don't have any with me, mind you, but I'm not going to stress too much about it. The wind's supposed to die out, and it's holding a lot of heat with that, even with that happening, so win for the front door. It can only get better from here. How's that? Yes, I'm not sure if it's the pitch. The way I staked out the foot of it, or I'm not sure what's going on, but it seems like it's really easy to collapse on the top. Maybe I'll have a look at the hub. Maybe something needs to be tightened. I don't know. I'm not going to put up the center pole because the wind has died out almost completely. Still hear it howling up top, but it's pretty good down here. My fan and battery bank was too much weight for it. It collapsed. And the battery bank, look at the mark that the battery bank left. Still seems to be working okay, though. I just moved it over here so it's kind of blowing across the top of the fan. Top of the heater, I mean. Yeah. Supposed to be some heavy ass rain later. I'm not sure how this little situation with this fold in the fabric might be a bad idea. I might just let it freeze sit there. Might be better. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Not gonna be that much rain, I don't think, but well, it's the day is rolling on. It's 5 minutes to 4. It's getting dimmer. Winds have calmed way down, man. Almost still a little while ago. Gusting a little tiny bit now, but not hitting me at all. Beauty. Just what I wanted. So, yeah, so the winds are cooperating. That front door thing situation. Spin you out. So this front door situation is awesome. There we go. Yeah. Oh yes. Love it. Happy with that. A few little tweaks. Thinking magnets might be a good solution. Yeah, we'll see what happens. See what happens once it starts raining, because that's what's the next agenda point that we're supposed to come across here. It's definitely calling for some heavy rain tonight, so we'll see how this holds up. I'll be fine, I'm sure. I put the vents, I put the bug nets on the rear windows of the 4Runner and cracked the window a little tiny bit on both sides. Hopefully no water gets in, but a little bit of ventilation anyway. And I got the window covers on except for those 2 windows. And like I said, I got her jacked up and I got no padding underneath me. I'm just gonna go on the bed of the truck and see how that lies. I got a suspicion that might be the way to go. I was overthinking it from the beginning, perhaps. But we're gonna try it out, and dinner is the next event. And again, I'm not gonna overthink dinner. I'm gonna try and keep that simple as well. Fish and brews. Newfie fish and brews. That's what I have tonight. I bought a tray of fish and brews, and I've got a fish-based supper for tomorrow night as well. So keeping it simple, but delicious as well. So meet you back here for fish and brews pretty soon. Oh, the Big Goods Fish and Brews. For those of you that don't know, Big Goods is a local store in the Ghouls, Newfoundland, where old ladies make old lady food, old Newfoundland lady food. It's authentic. It's soul food for anybody from here. This is Fish and Brews, pan fried, obviously. So we have salt fish, rehydrated, and we have hard bread, which is pretty much like ship's biscuit, sort of, kinda, maybe a little softer than a ship's biscuit, but. And then that's soaked overnight. Some fatback pork brought up in amongst all that. Phenomenal. And last, it's a preservative food. Kind of like a secret prepper food in Newfoundland. That also happens to be delicious. I'm just warming it up. It's already cooked, so just warming it through and I'm eating it. Well, it feels like it's late, but it is only 6:08. No, 6:03, sorry. 3 minutes after 6. And it might as well be midnight. It is cold blackout. quiet. Wind's quieted down. Had a great supper, had a little snack, chocolate bar afterwards. Just winding down, watching some videos and relaxing. It's a beautiful evening. I think I got a good little comfy car bed going over there waiting for me for later. Hasn't been so bad today, but I struggle with these migraine headaches, man, especially when this weather is changing. This time of year gets bad. Spring is pretty bad. Fall is bad. Anytime that the barometric pressure is swinging crazy, I end up with headaches for sure. And migraines have this halo, they call it, this light that gets in your eyes. And it has a pattern to it. It's hard to describe if you've never seen it. I woke up, it was a Friday night in the middle of the storm. I remember waking up about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and in the middle of a migraine. It had been going on for a while, I think. It's the first time that ever happened to me, man. Headache then the whole day Friday. I had a headache yesterday. Today was good though, and I hope tomorrow, hopefully the weather stays a bit stable. But pain in the ass, man. Especially when you get that light in the eyes, you can't drive, you can't do anything. So I'm gonna roll with it, but it's one of the joys I've had of getting older. I've had them since I'm a teenager. I've had migraines, but seem to be increasing the last few years. So oh well. That's what my doctor kind of said too, you know, it could be worse. Some people have chronic migraines, have them every day, so just kind of take the good with the bad, I guess, you know. But anyway, it's a great first day at camp. I've got some melatonins there for later. I figure 9:30-ish. 9:30 I'll start and make tracks and get myself situated in over there. Hopefully everything is nice and comfortable. She stays up on those blocks. I can't see her falling off them unless they sink down on the ground or something. I don't know. That's it. I'll probably check in with you later. Well, folks, curled up in the Forerunner. It's a little after 10 o'clock. I managed to eke another hour over what I said, but yeah, 9 o'clock came and went. I got wrapped up in an episode of the Y-Files. And here it is, 10 o'clock, bedtime. It's not too cold. I don't feel too cold right now, but I just came out of the warm shelter. Man, it's super nice and warm with that front door thing going. I got some ideas on how to improve it. And I've got a super breakfast calling, so I will see you in the AM, folks. Night. Well, it's 3:45. No sleep for a while. It is torrential, bucketing down rain. I'm trying to get up to the front of the car without getting outside, which for my size and level of acrobatics is not going to be easy. I gotta try and get to the driver's seat and try and put up these back windows. Starting to get some spray coming in. It's heavy rain. My windows are only cracked down to the vent shade, but I can feel some water, so I think I'm dry, but I think the other side is starting to get a bit wet. I don't know if you can see, but I think this side here is pretty dry. This side here looks cool.
over here. I gotta get up and put these windows up, man.
Mission successful. I just managed to crawl out of here, through the front seats, into the front seat, and started up the truck. Rolled up those windows in the back. Again, like I said, it's perfectly dry on this side. A little bit of moisture coming in on my cooler over there, so it's pissing. Practically since, I'd say since, well, I fell asleep, so just woke me up around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. A little bit not enough. This bed is supremely comfortable. Absolutely winter chicken dinner and yeah, mattress and everything. But man, it's pouring. I hope my gear out there is okay. I took all the electronics. I took the EcoFlow and I took my cooler and my food bag, my garbage bag. So not much left out there really, so my propane heater. Just hope everything's okay out there. It is pissing, man. It hasn't let up, and there's been some heavy downpours, like heavy rain. But I'm dry. I'm happy. So nap her out for a few more hours anyway, till 8 or 9 o'clock, I suppose. Good morning. It's about 10 after 8. What a sleep. What a rainstorm. It's calm now and quiet. No rain, no wind. The bladder is calling though, so bail up out of here now. I feel a little bit damp. It was actually pretty warm. I might have overkilled it on the top quilt, but we'll go and sit down and dry out in there with the propane going, so. Oh, man. I hate this part. I hate having to get up. Gotta do her though. Phone's on 18%. Let's get on the go. Well, it's damp in here, man. She's a bit damp. I don't think I leaked or anything. I think it's just heavy ass rain, man. Kind of came in through the little seams, and I don't know if I leaked. I don't think so. It's nothing major, but I got the propane on. It's warm out, man. It's probably 8 degrees, 10 degrees out. It's a beautiful morning. Well, it's not. It's overcast as hell, but and everything is damp. Coffee time. Large double, please. Not so easy out here. But it's not too hard either. I'm just gonna get a coffee on the Geo now and start using some Scott towels and dry off everything. Back in a moment. Hurry. She's boiling. Look on. Coffee's on the go. So breezy up above. I just noticed that. It's gotta go. Yeah, right on the iPad. Yeah. Well, seems like it's trying to get a bit of sunshine. It was just beaming on the side of the Clam there when I hopped out. Not so much now. It is a bit sunny in that direction. Come on with the sunshine. Supposed to be a decent day. Bro, did it pour last night. Man, still a lot of water around. Yeah, I woke up around 1 o'clock. Oh, what was that? 4 o'clock. Up around 4 o'clock and started thinking of these windows being down a little bit. And sure enough, there was a teensy bit of water starting to get in through there, so nip that in the bud before it became too much of an issue. I don't think it was too much water. You can see a little bit was just accumulating, just percolating. But there is condensating on everything here. But the main thing, it's got a little damp, isn't it? A little damp. Just spread it out and let it dry. Everything will dry. We good for tonight. I thought I'd mention the guy I mentioned before a few times on these trips, but this trip powered by EcoFlow. I've got the beast over here. I've got the Monster River 2 Pro sitting over there, 760, 800 watt hours or something. But this is the EcoFlow's little brother, the middle brother, actually not the littlest brother. There's a 5,000 milliamp and a 10,000. This one's the 10,000. The Rapid EcoFlow Rapid power bank. Super cool. It tells us 53% left in the bank and no input, 10.4 output. So it's charging up with a built-in charge cable. It's charging up my iPad right now. But like I said, it MagSafe's on. You can MagSafe onto the phone and just mag charge that way, or through the USB. Or I think it can charge. There's a USB-C right here on the side. It can charge in. It's dual way, charge in or charge out. And there's a kickstand. Little kickstand right here for when it's on your phone. You can use it as a third leg, stand up your phone. Super cool. Yeah, it's breakfast time. It's exactly 11 o'clock. I brought back bacon, real bacon, not smoked, not processed. About 1/4 of an inch thick, like a pork chop. The best bacon I've ever had, man. So we got the crazy good back bacon from Big Goods. I've got some eggs. Got 3 slices of bread that we're gonna do some egg in the holes. And I brought a few hash browns. Starting to learn, man. You take the full thing of hash browns with you and they thaw out. They're not the same. You gotta keep them frozen, so I just dumped out a container full. So that's gonna be a breakfast of champions. Got my toaster. So maybe I'm not gonna do, yeah, I'll just pan fry. I'll just scramble 4 eggs in the pan and do that instead. I wanna do toast. I wanna try the toaster out again. Hells yeah. She's a work in progress. I tell you, if you've never had that bacon before, man, do it up. And butcher's bacon, back cut bacon. I think it's a back bacon. I think that's what they call it. Real bacon. And just dumped in the hash browns, so we got some cooking to do yet. Like I said, we're gonna make some toast. Then I'm gonna do 4 eggs over there. I'm gonna scrambled up in the pan. Or as I like to call it, admitting defeat. Flipping the eggs is too hard on a propane stove, man. So I just, yeah, just scramble them up. You can't mess up an egg, especially when you try to mess up an egg. Oh, how good. Scrambled eggs, fresh back bacon, hash browns, and toast. Burned the toast a little bit, but not bad. Well, folks, breakfast was fantastic. Hey, that sun is trying to get out. It's I did the dishes and I took the fry pan down to the river. Man, there's some moose poop. I said the moose are eating healthy up in this park, man. It's not just me eating good. Wow. It's half the reason that path is there, man. It's the freshwater river going through the park. You know, it's their home more than it is mine. I keep saying that every time I come up here, but you're in the moose's house now, man. But yeah, lots of paths around there. That river is ever changing, man. Like I said, it's pretty dry water levels right now, so the river is no different. The river's pretty tame, so I could get right to the side of the river and rinse out my pan. That was kind of cool. Not very often I can do that here. Usually the sides of the river are just really swampy marsh. Looks like it's grass, but it's not grass. You step on it, it's like 20% grass, 80% water. So yeah, it was nice. Trepidatiously stepped out there, but no, it was pretty good. And did a little bit of dishes down there, and you can't use it for a water source. I mean, you could, as opposed to dying of thirst, but yeah, it's heavy with tannin. Really, really brown water. I think it comes from a stagnant bog, so probably not the best water you want to be drinking. It's moving water, but it's not. I don't know. Life straws and bee freeze and catadines and tablets and boil it. You could drink it. I'm sure you probably wouldn't get dysentery. You probably wouldn't die, but yeah. No, easier to just take a jug with you like I got there. But windy, man. It's not supposed to be windy. It's supposed to be 18-kilometer winds. Gusts. It's supposed to be like 12-kilometer winds, gusting to 18. What the hell is going on here, man? Anyway, we had yesterday was nice. Today is supposed to be a rocking good day, so hopefully that sun comes out and the wind F's off and this lives up to the promise of being a really sunny Sunday. Well, got my fan going. Got the buddy rocking and rolling here. Just going for propane, man. I got the gauge on the propane is still in the green, but just in the green. You know, I figure this is probably my last trip for a while anyway. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull off in December, if anything. So I'm gonna just get the propane tank filled up over the winter for the spring. Or a winter trip, who knows, hopefully. We could go for a winter trip with the hot tent, I don't know. Might not need propane. But this is pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Not cool, it's warm actually. It's shooting the heat around, giving a nice little convection circulation. Just chilling. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's hard to believe, but there's only 2 hours of daylight left. Such as November and daylight savings time, clocks went ahead and all that stuff, so clocks went back, I should say. But yeah, it's the time of day you start thinking, what do I need to do, what needs to be done. I noticed last night, and the vehicle was level on the leveling ramps. The angle that I had the butt end of the truck kicked up on, perfect. I liked that. Not sleeping with any pads under me, just using the natural back deck of the truck with the little 2-inch lip. perfect. Had no problems there. That was comfortable. I felt like I was falling into the passenger side wall of the truck, though the truck was perfectly level. So I just earlier today I just moved one of the leveling ramps back, so now when I back up, the passenger side is on 3 tiers up, but the driver's side is just on 2 tiers up. So I'm actually, you can see the truck is tilted a little bit towards the driver's side. Try it, see how it works. That's what the leveling ramps are, that's what I bought them for. Otherwise they seem like they held up fine. I was suspicious of them because I was looking for leveling ramps for the truck, and some were $120 and some were $99 at Canadian Tire and Amazon, and they were going for $99 or $129, somewhere in that vicinity. And I found these at Princess Auto for $29. $34 or something tax in. I said I gotta try them, so they seem fine. I kept the receipt. You never know, but yeah, we'll give them a shot. They seem to be doing their thing. I had to spend $129 on something that a rock can do. You know, I mean, seriously, it's not a complicated device, a leveling ramp. Anyway, we're tweaking it here tonight, and otherwise everything's dried out. There's nothing damp in there anymore, but the windows are down still out there. I'll put those windows up before I go to bed. I'd rather deal with the condensation than rain coming in, you know what I mean? The vent shades don't, and the vent shades do stop a lot of the rain from coming in, but I don't turn my back on it. It needs to be monitored, you know what I mean? Obviously, last night was savage, man. It was some heavy ass rain last night, so I loved it. Oh my gosh. Like I woke up, I guess it was 3:30. It's probably 3 o'clock. I was probably up for an hour listening to the rain. That's when I started thinking about, geez, I suppose it's not coming in those windows. Then I got the headlamp and started looking, and that was 4 o'clock when I jumped up to fix the windows. And I was probably up from 3 to 5. 3 to 4:30, 3 maybe to 5, somewhere around there. Don't get me wrong, I was happy to be awake. Lying in that vehicle, snug, wrapped up and down, blacked out, can't see what's going on, can just hear torrential rain. I started thinking then that the roof might have collapsed, because the roof was a little bit collapsy. But it didn't. It was all in my head. The roof was fine, everything was cool. So there's that. So I'm just getting the head around supper now. Soon gonna be supper time. Easy, good, fish-based Newfie supper again tonight. I wanted easy suppers, and I wanted something different. I wanted something Newfoundlandia. Some Newfoundland. I made a stewed cod. I was gonna say baked, but no, it was stewed fish. Stewed codfish. I made at the house last week and got about 3 meals out of it throughout the week. I don't do it enough. I should be doing more Irish Newfoundland, traditional Newfoundland meals. But that's what we have tonight, so I'll catch up with you when supper's heating up. Oh, somebody departs. Don't know, can't see out the front anymore. Who's been out there? Anyway, see you supper time. Yeah, buddy. It's a good bit after 4 now. Time for supper. Baked fish from Big Goods. Just needs to be warmed up, that's all. Just warm it up in the pan. I got 2 of these, so that's gonna be supper. Again, not cooking it, just warming it up. Just gonna pan fry it for a little while till it's all warm, and it's
It'll be delicious, man. Baked fish.
Oh boy. Baked fish and just dry fried in the pan. Quite tasty. I tasted a few little bits as it was getting done. Do this again sometime. Better than microwaving it. Well, supper was awesome. It's 10 after 7. I finished up supper and I put on a movie. I put on The Commitments, 1991, The Commitments. Good movie, good music movie, if that's your thing. I've seen it before, but I haven't seen it for many years, so had that downloaded on YouTube, so been watching that offline here. And using the satellite to communicate with friends and family. But yeah, cool feature of the new iPhones is the ability to link into a satellite, send and receive text messages off grid. Super cool. So that's kind of cool. It keeps me in contact with everybody. But it's a quiet night, nice and calm, no wind. Super good. 7 o'clock, I'd say another few hours now, and 10 o'clock bedtime. Like I said, that's it. Just touching base, just checking in with you. Hey folks, situated again. It's 9 o'clock at the nose. I got on to go a little early. Like I said, I was up listening to the rain pour last night for most of the night, so that's a lie. I slept pretty good. I was up for a few hours, definitely, but I'm gonna call it an evening now. All the food and everything is in here. The garbage is in here. Coolers in here. Electronics, all that stuff's in here. So, and we're locked in. Got my WeatherTech sunshades are all in place except for 2 side windows. And I didn't open those. I think it might rain again, so. Anyway, we'll deal with that in the morning. It's going to be a pretty early start. Get up and get coffee and get out of here. Who knows? Anyway, I will talk to you in the morning. Night, everybody. Well, good morning. Yeah, it's about 10 after 8. My usual time to get up. Slept good, really quiet night. No wind, no rain, no nothing. Yeah, slept great. 6:30, I think. Had to get up for nature to call in. It's cold out. So we are a little drip. I don't know if you just saw that fall, but there's been some dripping coming from up here. Yeah, I've had some dripping happening. I've been trying to mitigate it with a towel here, but I just saw something drip. So there's that issue. So probably gonna be icicles instead of raindrops next time I sleep in this vehicle. But yeah, just plan this morning is just get a coffee, tear down and go. So I'd say it's going to be wet equipment going in the vehicle again, so no sense packing up the clam shelter. Drop it and throw it in here. That's the plan. Let's put it in action. I'm just tearing down some preliminary gear. I didn't realize my windows were down. Both windows were dropped. I thought I could hear the breeze clear, but anyway, there we go. Beautiful day, man. Wow, is it? Wowzers. Still haven't had a coffee yet. A few tire tracks. A few vehicles came and went, not very many. I don't think there's anyone down here now. This was my bedroom on wheels. So cool, man. A lot of condensation this time. A lot of condensation. I mean inside as well as outside. Yeah, a lot of drips and drops. Both back windows were fully down. So it's not ventilation, is it? I'm glad both windows were fully down because I had a lot of condensation. I had drips falling off that's a cloth ceiling, so that helps me out a lot. But I was getting some drips falling right up on this. I guess it was coming off of here. Falling down on my head. Not really. Falling near my head though. But yeah, anyway. I've got most everything shifted over to one side. Again, it's almighty hell of a setup here because it's all got to come apart in my basement anyway, so I've just turned on the propane. I'm going to get some heat going in here, warm up my fenders. And fenders are cold. Warm up, pack up after a coffee is mixed up, and drive on home. Yeah, turned the heat on for a minute. It is super warm in here, man. That going and that was going on medium for 2 minutes. Well, the kettle's not boiled, so yeah, it warmed up fast. So very minimal pack up. Shouldn't take long to get out of here, man. So I'm gonna get a coffee on the go now, and I had the vehicle running for a little bit to try and defog the windows a bit. But that'll solve itself. I'll get out of here. Had a great time though, man. This was the best part of the last 2 weeks. And next week is going to be no better. Just miserable weather. Hurricanes. I can handle snow. I can handle rain. I can handle all that, man. But wind like that. Wind like that is undoable, man. You can't camp in 120k, 156k gusts. And that's impossible, man. Cabin or back of the vehicle, I could sleep in the truck, but can't set up tarps and tents. And I've done it. I've been there, done it, got the t-shirt. I always said the big problem with sleeping, especially hammock camping underneath the tarp or in any tent really, the wind banging on the side of the tarp is just like somebody with a broomstick hitting the tarp. Bang, bang, bang. That loud. But not constant. It's very sporadic. So it's quiet for a few minutes. You start to drift off, and then somebody slams a broomstick against the side of the tarp. Boom, 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 boom. Jesus, you wake up. Holy shit. And then it stops for 20 minutes. You start to fall asleep again. That's the worst part. If it was sporadic, if it was constantly banging, I could probably get used to it and drift off. It's just impossible to sleep during that, man. Had the snow bombs falling out of the trees doing it. The moose come through here once. Not while I was here, but still. While I was here, but... Whoop. 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 That means enough telling stories, mix up a coffee, and start tearing down some equipment. I believe it's called procrastinating. I'm just gradually taking a few things apart here. I don't have very much tear down to do, so just getting it all straight in my head right now where everything's going to go in the vehicle. I'm not going to put the propane stove away. I've got some cleaning with a soap pad to do. Yeah, there's the toaster, man. Not sure how, but I think the toaster is doing that. I don't know. I don't use this side of the stove very often, so I'm not sure what else caused it, but yeah, that's job number 20. I have a few things to do before I clean this, but I'm just gonna leave it in my kitchen so it's in my way. I'll eventually clean it up. But coffee's phenomenal. Propane is off. Just throwing things by the door as they need to go. But yeah. I'll film the tear down, I think. It's not a lot. And there. Actually, right there. All right. Boy, believe it or not, that's it. A little bit of gear I had in there goes in the rig. The 8 steaks are out. I'm going to leave the covers, everything on here because, like I said, it's coming apart in the basement. It's going to get set up down in the basement anyway, so step one is already done. Let these poles go here. It's one I forgot before. I'll just drop that. Just get this back up. And drop in the 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. Let the top close. Just keep flipping everything on top of the top. Good. Good. And then this. Ta-da! Gotta love having a truck. Done, man. Done. But not done. All got to be done when I get home. But it's got to come apart anyway, so it's my garbage. And that's where we were. Little dummy check. Make sure there's nothing here. There's nothing here. I hammered one stake in really deep. Had to wrestle to get that one out, but check this out. Check it out. One thing I didn't mention was there was some gunshots. I heard some 12 gauge. Long way off in the distance, man. Carried on the wind, but I've got the rays of sunshine beaming over my shoulder. Real angelic. Oh. And it was an angelic trip, man. This was great. This is just what I needed. Sometimes work starts to be getting a little too much and tackling a new job and just need to reset the batteries, man. Come out to nature and even for a couple of days. But I see something I'm forgetting. I'm in the mirror, but yeah. Don't forget my leveling blocks. They came in handy. Anyway, folks, as always, from November 10th it is. And it's November 10th at 9:11 in the morning. Coffee's made, everything is set up. Way to go. As always, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.